So the last 3 days have been nothing but like custom orders for Sudsers. So I feel kind of bad that we are showing you all of these cool things that you can't purchase. But you know, that's okay. You can send me a message and I'll make some for you. But this is, yeah, another custom order for a Sudser who was planning a baby shower and wanted some cool party favors. So I'm going to tell you all about what we decided to do for these in just a moment. But before I do, hello, I'm Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things, and you are here for day 248, I think, of 365 days of soap. And yeah, we are making another custom bar for a Sudser. Now, these aren't really custom bars in the respect of them being like a rectangular. We're playing with some cool 3D designs. So she's doing this for a baby shower for her daughter, and the theme of the baby shower is rose gold and peonies, right? Because her daughter is having a daughter, and that's super awesome. And remember the pots that we did for the succulent soaps several months ago? And Georgia May made all the awesome succulents out of soap dough, and we put them inside. Yeah, so I thought that we could actually play with those soap pots again and, you know, change up the design, make a cool marbled technique with the rose golds and everything for the pot itself, and then put some peony-esque flowers at the top. So that's what we are working on today. The scent is obviously, it is a peony blend, but it also has some blue agave, which I super love. I do it whenever I can sneak it in, and so this was one where I could sneak it in. And we will talk about the pour and the process and all the things, you know, in the video, so let's go check that out. So we are making some super adorable party favors for a baby shower today, which is super awesome because I love babies. And actually 2020 has been, well, I mean, 2020 has been weird in and of itself and it's just sucked all around, but I dislike it mostly because I have some very dear friends who have had babies recently within 2020 or shortly before all of the things, and you know, the plague hit and I don't get to hold their squishes, and I love babies, and every time a new customer comes in and is like, what am I doing? Why do I have my coat on? Why am I not even... That was interesting. I'm just sitting there thinking, maybe. But yeah, no, like anytime a new customer comes in and they do the, oh, I'm talking with someone. I am totally just multitasking at this point. That's awesome. I am probably teaching the kids something while because, you know, I'm making the soap while I'm also educating the kids. It's all a crazy thing. But yeah, no, anytime a Sudser comes in with a new squish, I'm like, oh, I want to hold the baby, and I can't hold the baby. Because, I mean, people offer to let me hold the baby all the time, but I'm like, that's not, I appreciate that, but no, we're going to keep the squishes safe, all the things. But anyway, so this particular baby shower was a distance baby shower because it was like a drive-by baby shower, because one of my dear friends from back in Colorado that actually lives up here too, her daughter is having a baby, and she is having a little girl. And so they did a, you know, drive-by baby shower thing, and the theme of the baby shower was peonies and rose gold, and so that's what we are doing today. We are making some adorable pots that will be all marbled and beautiful, like the pots that we used for the succulent soaps back in the summer. but in like a marbled fashion thing, and making some peonies to go on the top. Now the peonies themselves, they are not actually made out of soap dough. They are made out of just regular soap, because if you have the molds, you can do that. And when it comes to molds, I tend to have them all, because I don't like following my rules on the things that you need versus, you know, the things that you do in soap making. I mean, I have boxes and boxes of just molds hanging out. So I have these adorable little molds that make cute little flowers. And so Georgia May made a whole bunch of little flowers to put inside of these little pots that I am making. And this is going to be the prep part for the pots. And the scent blend on this is, it's a peony, it's a blue agave, it's delightful, it's very floral, smells really good, very clean as well. And I'm also going to be playing with some micas that we're spritzing into the molds themselves to give the pots a really nice sheen, and going just for a beautiful kind of marbled pot look with these gorgeous colors here. And to achieve that, we are going to be doing sort of a thin lines pour variation, because, you know, I love a thin lines pour thing in a pot. I mean, it's an in the pot swirl-esque, but I'm not really super swirling it. So why do I have my coat on? I mean, when I get to the shop at like a really ridiculously early time of the day, I absolutely keep my coat on for a while. So, but based on what I was doing at the beginning of the video, where I'm just sort of sitting there and then I'm like clearly explaining something at some point, I don't know, I guess maybe I wasn't, but who would I be talking to? Myself? If it's too... The things that I wonder about that nobody cares about. But yeah, so that's the pour. That's the thing. We're just putting these into each of the little, you know, mold thingy guys for the pots. Not really moving it around too terribly much as it fills, because the marbling is going to occur just by nature of it being poured out with a thin lines pour, because of the shape of this container, which is super awesome. Equally super awesome is just how pretty that looks in the mold. I love swirls. They're my favorite, just across the board in general. But yeah, so these guys, because this is a cold process recipe, it will set up for overnight before I can actually pull them out. And I will have to freeze them before I get them out of the mold, just in order to make sure that I have, that I can get them out quickly. I could wait for them to set up in a couple days to do the thing and pull them out, but I'm not going to do that, because I'm actually, for this particular project, I snuck it in. I'm actually, you know, like 6 weeks back on all my wholesale orders and custom orders and all the things. Like, I had to extend my, and I do every year, I extend my lead time from 4 weeks to 6 weeks for all of my wholesale accounts. And so I was in the middle of a whole bunch of orders, filling a whole bunch of orders, when I got this message. And I'm like, well, I'm really far out, but I think I have time for this, because it's an itty bitty baby batch. It's only like 30 soaps, and it's not super intensive, labor intensive to do the thing. And so but at the same time, I needed to get it done reasonably quickly so they could have enough time to cure before this baby shower, because we were working on like a time crunch. Although the customer herself, she actually told me that we could do the baby shower at a different time if I needed more time to make the soaps, which I thought was pretty incredible. So in and of itself, I'm like, oh no, for sure not. I'm definitely going to get these to you like immediately, because that's the nicest thing I've ever heard in my life, that you would schedule a baby shower later just to get the favors. Like, that's incredible. I love her. She's so good. She's amazing. So again, these are going to get C-popped. I'm going to put them in the oven, and we will check them out tomorrow, but I'm not actually going to check them out tomorrow. I'm going to show you the finished picture right now. Ooh, pretty, right? Yeah. So once all the pots were done and out of the molds and ready to go, it was time to fill them. And so that's what we're doing here. It's a new fresh batch of cold processed soap. I'm going to make the inside, you know, a nice coppery color to allow to continue on with the theme. I didn't really want to put like a dark brown in there, because No. And I understand that dirt's brown, but whatever, it's soap. It's all good. So this is, I don't know, I think this is like a 2-pound batch that ultimately ended up almost filling all of it, all of the containers, I think, from my memory of it. I'm not really sure. But yeah, so there's nothing super fancy about any of this. It is a solid color, you know, soap. So the clay and everything went into the oils themselves. One color goes into the pot at emulsification, and then they just get filled, which is cute. I really do love these little molds. As we were making these, there was a kidlet in the shop that was, as I was filling these, and she was looking at them and she was giving me all kinds of cool ideas about what else these molds could be used for. And I'm like, that's awesome, Shiloh. I love you. You're so smart. And she's legitimately a smart kid, and she's doing, you know, so she gave me all kinds of fun ideas. And George May actually had a fun idea for these that we didn't end up getting, we weren't able to do for the Christmas line, but hopefully we will remember next year, because it was a really cool idea. We just didn't have time. Like, it's a lot. It's always finding the time. But these will just need to set up for a little bit before we then put the flowers on. There's nothing, you know, it's a fairly straightforward process. And this in and of itself, again, they were all done in molds. So there's no hand carving, there's no hand sculpting, there's no hand anything. It's just I have the molds to do all of the things, and so it became a very easy, but the end result of it has such a big impact. I mean, they're so beautiful that, you know, it's good. This was a really fun project for sure, and I like the idea of doing sort of more unique things for baby shower gifts, right? Like you walk away from this baby shower with your cool little gift bag with all the stuff in it, and everything is themed around this one, you know, this theme really, with the peonies and the rose gold, and you know that this is for a baby shower for a girl, right? Look, it's a new little girl squish, which is cool, and it's I don't know, I dig this. You know, I've done a number of different things for baby showers. I've done buttons, which are very cute, and you know, like put them on a piece of ribbon. Like we actually sewed them through essentially 4 holes in the middle of a button, and put the theme for the baby shower on the, I forget what it was, but it was cute. It was like cute as button or something. And so we made button soaps, and you know, we've done bath bombs, we've done, what are some of the really unique ones? We did booties. Out for one baby shower, I actually had a customer that wanted me to make lotion bars, but maybe make them look like a baby. And so I got a mold to pour into, and it was the creepiest looking thing ever. And I sent her a picture. I'm like, you really want me to do this? Because this looks creepy. And she was like, oh no, let's just go with feet. How about a giant foot for a lotion bar instead? And so we went with that, because that was not, it was very creepy for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's the cool thing about baby showers. Like, people come with their awesome themes and their ideas and their whatever, and I get to have fun creating something that I otherwise wouldn't create. Like something like this, I would never just have sitting in my shop for sale. This is, yes, it's easy, but it is also kind of time consuming, and it doesn't really speak to a larger audience, right? And it kind of reminds me of, you know, when I was working on, I was taking master's classes. After I graduated, I was working on a writing program, and I did a poetry class, and the professor was always talking about, you know, the imagery being too fresh, right? And that's what this essentially is. It doesn't appeal to the masses. It doesn't appeal to a larger audience, and so it's something that would probably be a little bit too fresh just to have on my shelves. But I still got to make something absolutely gorgeous. So it, you know, win-win all around. I guess I say all of that to say I super love, you know, baby shower favors. They're baby showers, bridal showers, it's fun doing a variation on someone else's theme, wedding soaps, all of those things, because it's like, again, I get to play with a different creative aspect than I normally would, and it's upping my soapy knowledge and whatever. It's all cool. These things are absolutely gorgeous though, and I was so super excited to get them to the client, and she loved them and her daughter loved them, and so that's good. And you know, that's a win-win all around. But they make me smile. They're so bright and pretty and very, I don't know, classy in the whole thing, and they're perfect. I loved this project. It was so fun. And you know, thank you to the Sudser who suggested it so I could do it, because this was a very cool one for sure. And that is day 248, custom baby shower favors. And yes, look at these. Aren't they just beautiful? I was pulling one of the batches of the pots themselves out of the molds, and I had a customer in, and there was a most adorable little 6-year-old girl with her, and she came over and she was talking to me about the pots and all of the cool things that you could also do with something that looks like, you know, a little potted plant thing. And the wheels were turning in this little girl's mind like you wouldn't believe. And so that made me super happy, because I love to see the artistry coming out in someone else's brain, because it can't just be me and Georgia May all the time. That would be crazy. And so yeah, that was fun. So we definitely have some cool ideas, you know, in store for these pots, so we can continue to use them because they are super cute. And the customer, the Sudser, she picked them up, she did the thing. It was a distanced baby shower because, you know, 2020 is crazy, but they had a great time with it, and she was very, very happy with the end result. So that's awesome. Now, if you are interested in these, again, you can't have them. They're gone. I gave them to the Sudser and she did her thing with them. But if you would like some made for you, send me a message and I can totally do the thing for you. If you are interested in following me on social media, I am there: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And if you are interested in more soapy fun, subscribe to the channel. We are going to be starting in just a couple days more technique and how-to videos, kind of going back to basics of what soap making is. And, you know, here's your basic swirl, here's your all of the things, more of a, again, a soap class than, you know, just cool, awesome, soothing soap things. And so that'll be fun to sort of end the month of December and therefore all of 2020 with. And yeah, so subscribe. For those of you who are subscribed, you're going to get those notifications, and you can come back and, you know, have some cool stuff to watch during the Christmas break, assuming you get one. I hope you do. I will not be getting one until December 24th, and then I essentially just don't get dressed or talk to the world from December 24th until January 1st, because this time of the year in the soap shop is brutal. And so I'm definitely looking forward to December 24th, wherein I don't have to put on real pants. But, you know, until then, pants and videos and all the things. So yeah, thank you for being a part of the channel and for being subscribed. You're awesome. And I will see you guys all again tomorrow for another round of 365 days of soap. Bye.